All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is another good day the Lord have made. We give Him thanks and praises for everything. Without Him, there is nothing we can achieve, right? So we give Him the glory, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today, remember we talked about the leadership style, right? Leadership style, whereby we discussed about directing, coaching, supporting, and delegating. Right? Have you watched the video? I'm gonna send you the slides. It was a good job done there. Right? We went in detail to discuss that. Right? So, as a follow up to that, today we are going to unpack how the application, in short, let's call it the application. How leadership skills and techniques may be applied within the scope of a chosen project. How leadership skills and techniques can be applied. Techniques, right? Techniques can be applied, right, within the scope of a chosen project. Within the scope of a chosen project. Right. These are some of the things we're going to talk about. Then we're talking about let team members know what is expected. One, team members know what is expected. Let team members know, oh man, sorry, know what is expected. Right. Then expected of them, of course. Right. Then equip the team members with the tools. Equip the team members with the tools. Right. Or rather, you can put it the necessary tool to successfully complete that task. To successfully complete their tasks. One of the responsibility. Then you need to reward good work. You need to reward good work to motivate, right? Then you must, as a leader, show an interest in your team members. Show an interest in your team members. Right. Then listen to the opinion of the team members. Listen. Listen to the opinions, right, of team members. Team members. Then you need to encourage team members to develop personality. Encourage team members to develop personality. Then you need to communicate the bigger picture to the team members. Right. Okay. 7. communicate the bigger picture to the team members. Right. Then make team members feel like partners. Members feel like partners. Right. Okay. All right, guys, this thing is very, very important. Very, very important. Right. Can you switch on that thing so that it can be rotating? You know where to switch it on. Conde, you know how to where to switch it on to rotate. No, not there. It's there. Okay, don't leave it. Don't worry. Don't worry. No, it's here. Yeah, don't worry. Okay, thanks. Next time you know where to what to do next. Okay, I want you to rotate. Right. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, remember what we did, right? The leadership style, right? We said, in addition to the leadership behavior and leadership style, there are certain skills. In addition, as a leader, you need to have a kind of behavior that you need to exhibit for you to be able to excel in a project environment. Do you understand what I mean? Right. You need to have that charismatic nature. You need to be somebody that, when you say yes, your yes should be yes. Besides the leadership behavior, then we talk about leadership style, directing, coaching, supporting, delegating. Right. Those are not complete, as a leader for you to be able to excel in a project environment. So today we are going to talk about the skills and techniques that can be applied within the scope of a project environment. If you are a project manager per se, right? One of it is that you must let your team member know what is expected of them, right? For example, if you've been assigned a task to do, and without me telling you what to do, will you know what to do? Right? You wouldn't. Most of when you come to me, sir, you haven't explained this thing because we don't know what to do. Something of that nature. You as a team, you as a project manager, right? You should be able to explain, right? You should be able to tell the team members explicitly, what they need to do so that they can be able to do what is expected of them or know what is expected of them. Sure. Then you should be able to equip the team members with the necessary tools to successfully complete their tasks. One thing is for you to assign tasks responsibly or diligently to a team member or team members, if you will. Another thing is for them to have the necessary tools and resources. Do you understand what I mean? If you don't allocate the required tools, the requisite tools, call it a requisite or required tools for your team members to be able to work, there is nothing they can accomplish. Do you understand what I mean? You cannot expect Dr. D to be making a presentation using slides and I don't have a laptop. How can I be able to do that? I don't have a projector. Do you understand? I cannot expect my student to excel to be watching the YouTube videos for the lectures if they don't have data. Do you understand what I mean? There should be data for you to watch the YouTube video to enhance your learning. Did you see what I'm talking about? As a project manager, you must give them the required tools. Not necessarily just giving them tools, the requisite, the necessary tools for them to do their work. Do you understand? Right. If possible, the state of the art tools. Yeah, you provide them. Then you must reward good work. You must reward good work. You mustn't only think about yourself. You must think about others. Where you see that your team members are excelling or is excelling, you need to acknowledge it. We're gonna unpack this, right? How to reward good achievement, how to reward achievement. We're gonna talk about that. It's very important. If you as a project manager, you don't know how to reward good work, acknowledge achievement, you are killing the morale of your employees. Your employees, you are killing their morale. You dampen their morale. You are pouring cold water on their morale. You need to acknowledge it. There are different ways that one could employ to acknowledge the achievement of team members. There are simple ways. Even a mail, well done. Well done is something. Do you understand what I mean? Or you can even give somebody a pat at the back. Good work. Right? You can even, sometimes, it depends on the company, you can give a small reward, bonus, right? Or a certificate. Right. How many times have you walked into the mall? What I can attest now, like ShopRite, no ShopRite, or Checkers. You see pictures of people. They say this is the salesperson of the month. Have you seen that? Hello, look at me. Don't sleep. When you go to ShopRite, right, or Checkers, sometimes you say the salesperson for the month. They put their picture there. Have you seen that? Have you noticed that? Hello, talk to me. Have you seen something like that? It's a kind of recognition of achievement. Imagine you are working in a place, or for example, where I'm working now, they put a big portrait of mine. They say the best lecturer for the year. It will make me to feel it. Do you understand what I mean? It can even motivate me to go extra miles. You understand? Those are the things we are talking about. Right. You see, I went to, when I was doing my master's degree, was doing my, collecting my data, I went to one of these municipalities, Drakenstein, you know Drakenstein municipality. Then I was talking to the HR. Then we were talking about this issue. I said, you see, the thing is that you don't motivate, you don't recognize somebody's achievement. Then they say, we don't have money to do that. I said, it doesn't involve a lot of money. For example, you are a counselor. I was interviewing a counselor. So, for example, you walk into the office, you see a big photo of yourself. They say the best counselor for the month. How will you feel? You say, I will feel glad. You see? I said, yes, it's like that. You need to learn how to recognize achievement and reward good work, as you may like to put it, or reward good work. Show an interest in your team members, right? You must make sure that you, with your relationship, your interpersonal relationship with your team members is cordial. Do you understand? Cordial relationship. You see, because as you are sitting here now, you are part of the team of this project. Of course, it's a project. Your learning here is a project. You are part of the team members. If I don't show interest in you, you will think that, the teacher don't like me. For you to even attend my class would be a problem. Hey, that guy, I'm not going to his class. The way that guy look at me, take me as if I'm not a human being. You understand what I mean? You see? So you as a project manager, you must make sure that you take interest, right? You show interest, not necessarily, you show it. You see? Then you can be able to work with them. Because showing interest will help to boost what we call the team dynamism or the team dynamics, if you will, the good spirit. Hello, I'm talking, don't talk in my class. Please, you used to be a disciplined girl. All right. So you need to show an interest in your team members. You need to listen to the opinions of team members. You need to listen. You, as a project manager, learn how to listen. You must listen to the opinions of team members. There might be some areas where you are getting it wrong. You don't even know how to do it. Themselves, they know how to fix it. If you want to always superimpose decisions on them, when you are getting it wrong, you know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be laughing at you because you don't listen. Some of them will go out and say, it doesn't listen, right? You need to work together, listen to their opinion, constructive criticism, right? Listen to them and make sure that you are able to move on with the project as at when the way it should be. Listen to the opinion, as I said that. Encourage team members to develop personality, personal development. Do you understand what I mean? You can assist them to empower them to scale up as well. Do you understand? Because don't you must encourage them to move from one level to the other. You see? So when you are doing that, you are helping them, right? And you are as well aligning whatever you're doing towards the objective of the project, achieving the mission and the vision of the project. Because if your personal goal, you're not achieving it as a team member, you're gonna get demoralized. Do you understand what I mean? So the project manager have got that responsibility to make sure that, you know, whatever personal development that, whatever role, let me put it that this way, it can play to enhance your personal development. Yeah, you should do it. You understand? That will boost your morale, to motivate you as a team member to even go extra mile in achieving the project objectives or in working to achieve the project objectives. Then communicate bigger picture to team members. Perhaps there could be a kind of a situation whereby, or at a point in time in the project, whereby you get demoralized or you don't know. For example, if you don't know the bigger picture of what you are doing, it will be difficult for you to put in your best. Do you understand? So the project manager have got that responsibility to communicate to you, say, man, what we are in, this is how it is. Once we are able to achieve this, this is where we stand. Do you understand? You knowing the bigger picture now will make you to work towards it. Say, perhaps at the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Do you understand? Because you know the bigger picture. You see, because if that bigger picture is not sold to you or is not implanted in you, you say, I don't even know what we're going to get at the end of the day, how this thing's going to look like. You see, so the project manager needs to take that responsibility and be in position to communicate to the team members the bigger picture so that you know what you are working towards. Right. For example, now if you don't know the bigger picture of this paper you are working towards, this certificate, will you be motivated to come and sit here? Because you could have as well be doing something else outside to benefit you. Now you know the bigger picture. After 3 years, I'm going to get that paper. My knowledge, skill, and attitude is going to improve. I will be able to shoulder myself with those people with matric. I've got my matric now, right? I can as well to apply to varsity. I can go to university because I have got the paper. If I'm going to look for a job now, at least I can get a salary of NQF level 4. Did you see? You got it. You see the bigger picture. That is why no matter what is happening here, come rain, come sun, even if it's chilly, it's cold, it's icy, you sit here and listen to Dr. D. Right? When I say task, this is you quickly, you're gonna do it. Test, you must sit here and write your test, then you come and write it. Because you see, you know what you are working towards. You've seen the bigger picture of what you are doing. Do you understand? It will motivate one team members in working hard to achieve project goals and objectives. Make team members feel like partners. Feel like partners. Don't feel or don't behave to them as a boss. No, it should be a collaborative endeavors. Collaborative. You work together as partners, not boss, not masters, so servant. You see, collaboratively, collectively, because you are all working towards the achievement of what we call shared goals and objectives. Collectivity to be the rule of the game. That is what we are talking about there. Any question? Do you understand what I have explained? Right. So these facts, as you see here, are very important for you as a project manager to be able to manage your project, right? That, as we said, these are the skills and techniques that can be applied within the scope of a chosen project, right? Do you understand what we say? Hello, God. Yeah. Okay, no problem. You heard her. Okay, ciao. Now, the importance of giving recognition. Like I said, when somebody have done good deed, you should be able to acknowledge it. We are all human. Sometimes you hear people say, I've been doing a lot, but nobody know about it. Or nobody is even taking notice of it. And no one ever acknowledge my achievement. You get the moral, you give up. Do you understand what I mean? Simple thank you. It can save the day. Just thank you. Well done. Even a child at home said, well done. You see? So we must learn how to do that. Here we said the importance of giving recognition. One of the techniques mentioned, yeah, the first step to rewarding good work is to recognize it. Did you see? The first step, right, to rewarding good works is to recognize it. I've seen what you've done. You well done. Right. We said, as we have it here, team members who achieve often blossom under recognition. Yes, if hard work goes unrecognized, team member may feel that there is little reason to feel that doing the work is worthwhile. Did you hear? Right. So you need to be system must be in place for recognizing achievement, right? There is what we call performance system, performance management system, PMS. PMS. For example, we got that kind of a system here, right? We do it quarterly, right, in a year, whereby we got certain documents that we need to complete. It's a kind of an appraiser, right? Your boss will look at what you are doing. If you're doing well, you got a good score. Then at the end of the day, you can be given a kind of a tip. You get something. It helps one to. It's a kind of. It's motivating, right? It's a sign that whatever good work you're doing is recognized, which is very important. So PMS, we call it Performance Management System, right? Maybe I have to write it. PMS, Performance Management system, PMS. We got QMS, IQ, yeah, yeah, quality management system, IQMS, right? QMS. Okay. Performance management system, how does it work? Right. You got task and responsibility to do, right? Then they got a kind of a scaling system, right? Okay, I'm gonna talk to you more about that. A performance management system is used to set a measure, right? To set and measure the desired outcomes on activity, right? So they got performance rating, right? For example, if they say teaching with technology in the classroom, let's say you got a rating of 4, the highest 4, right? So if you want to rate my teaching on that, for example, you can say, okay, 3/4, right? Or you can even give me 4/4 because I'm using technology. It's embedded. You see, so you got certain tasks and you got ratings, right? So you rate your team members according as per the performance of the team member. So which means that a team member that is doing very well at the end of the day is going to have a high score. That high score could possibly lead to one being rewarded, being acknowledged as far as the achievement is concerned. So we say they are using project as well in other organizations. The process of creating a suitable PMS starts with the objective of the project and communicate with the assessment or appraiser of the individual project team member. That is another thing, another concept I want to explain to you. Appraiser. Guys, you must know this. Appraiser. Appraiser. Right? Appraiser means assessment. Assessment. Right? Assessment. If somebody wants to assess my teaching methods, right? We can call it an appraiser, right? So appraiser, in order to implement a performance system, the following aspect of performance must be discussed and agreed on by the manager. So there must be a period in which it has to be done. We call it appraiser period. Like I said, ours is 4 times in a year, right? Every 3 months. So that is the appraisal period for us. So appraisal period, this is the period of time which will be used for assessing the team members, right? Like I explained to you. Then the system to be used in appraising, that is a appraisal system. We said this layout, okay, this appraisal system will lay out in details the methods to be used, right? In the accessing the performance of your team members, right? So if it is something if it is an observation, one needs to come at a certain point in time to observe what you are doing, then it have to be categorically stated and defined for the team members to know how it's going to be done. Because in the real sense of it, doing an appraisal is not a kind of victimization. But people that don't know, they take it as a kind of victimization. Somebody is coming to check on your work to see what you are doing, right? So, like as we do have here as well. So it's not something of victimization. It's just to assess, to appraise whatever your performance, and if your performance is up to the target, because there is a target, right? Up to the standard, then you can be rewarded as such, right? What is the time now? Break. Okay, switch off this stuff. Switch it up quickly.